Hello viewers, we have Ashok today with us. Ashok is author and writer of Poetarrati, and today we'll discuss with him basically a poem which he has written in 2014. And the poem is about long distance love, which he has written on the background of Valentine's Day. Welcome, Ashok, and would like to know more. Hello,
Yeah,
everything got hazy. So we would like to know more about the poem from the first account from you.
right. Thank you, viewers, and thank you, Shweta, for hosting me on this session. Uh, this poem, "Long Distance Love," is a expression of love as well as separation between the two protagonists of the volume two, which is Angel and the poet. And just to give a background to the viewers, Angel is a fictitious character and is the business partner of the poet. The poet essentially falls in love with Angel over a series of meetings, and an angel emerges to be his object of affection, then love, and therefore he goes through various emotions during this journey. Now, one such instance is where this poem appears in terms of long distance love. So the background is that the poet and an angel are in two different cities. Actually, they were in Mumbai and Pune for quite some time, and the inability of the poet to meet angel if they were in the same city uh, is not arising because they are in two cities, in two different cities. Is about 100 plus miles apart. So the pain and anguish is what is captured in this poem.
Beautiful. So how did the idea conceptualize? You have written the poem in August in the background of something which is 3-4 months. Going to the back line and then writing and imagining something which is not there. How difficult was this for you, or how easy was this for you?
It is. It has been difficult envisaging a poetry sequence for a story. It's not easy, um, and I think an avid reader might notice the difference in dates. The poem is written on Valentine's Day, which is February 14th, but the actual poem was written on August 2014. Now, people will ask why the discrepancy. Now, the discrepancy is deliberate because the poet has fallen in love, and for him, the date he met her, which is sometime if you go back to, if you go back a little in terms of Eternal Enigma, which is the
Mhm.
first poem where they meet, is in August. So this is technically the first anniversary of their meeting. So for him, the February 14th Valentine's Day is the day that this poem also comes. It's 1 year exactly afterward. Okay.
Okay.
So in his world, his first anniversary is the Valentine's Day in his virtual world. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the subtle difference. I think people might, if who are an inquisitive reader, might find
Correct.
this different. But if you notice the August 2013 Eternal Enigma when they met, and August 2014 when this poem was written, so it's a year of ups and downs in
Yeah.
terms of journey. Already the poet is feeling the pangs of pain and anguish over the 1 year itself. So it's not all happy ecstatic love, but
Correct,
there are the
correct.
downs and pains also coming in. So this poem essentially is a capture of that anguish, because they are
All right.
separate societies.
And I'm so happy that you have chosen this poem for today's session. As is we are in lockdown, there must be couples, thousands of couples who would be feeling the same pain as poet felt, during those days. So we'll start with the poem.
Absolutely right. So long So I'm reading the poem. Long distance love, August 2014. Good morning, my sunshine. On this day of Valentine, no words, poems, or proses, or a big bouquet of red roses will ever express my love for you. Over a period, feelings have only grown. Of course, I understand the commitments and the loss, and the 4 decades that have gone by and our own flaws. But our hearts speak and listen, bringing tears of joy that shine and glisten. More than anything else is just being with you. That's from my heart. It is as good as true. As you cover the distance in a Toyota, I lived a day of my detox quota. You circle the city like an eagle. I eagerly wait for your chat like a beagle. I lay in the couch with popcorn and iced tea, and you swim in the business sea. I stretch, yawn, and hug a pillow, and you call me a deal of metal yellow. As a day of forced rest, my idle mind is bubbling, trying to keep the busy days ahead. And like the good frothy cream, your name bubbles to the top. I say it and repeat, then smile, then type on this small screen and fires a small spark within, both in sight and sound. Your name means and is profound, a little joy but a deep impact. In my heart, a piece of me forever is carved in your memories. As I savor the sound of your name again, again, and again.
Lovely, lovely, beautiful. And this was all happening with the poet, and Angel was still unaware of the feelings of what poet is going through the idle day. Mm,
So
lovely. And just you saying something.
yeah, so if you see the expression, no words, poems, or prose, or a big
Correct.
bouquet of red
That
roses
was
will ever express my love for you. Now that is the feeling where see, that shows the depth of feeling of the poet towards Angel.
Angel.
Now, if you see, then they talk about our hearts speak and listen, bringing tears of joy that shine and glisten. Now, I think here the heart speak and listen, which means that there is no actual conversation between these two,
These two have.
angel and poet, but it's a heart-to-heart conversation. It's a feeling that that is silent in the imaginary world.
Right. So when the
Now,
poet says our heart speaks and listen, that means he is sure of the angel too. That she must be feeling the same thing, or she
yes,
carries the same emotion.
right.
Lovely. Lovely.
Now,
It's a beautiful, beautiful poem. I actually like it.
yeah,
Because it says of two, though the poet is, talking to himself, or as he, goes on to write poem, he's sure of number eight that Angel is feeling the same thing. Number two, or maybe he's assuming that okay, there is the same kind of emotion that the other person is also carrying, and he knows that she is into business meeting, and her day goes like this, and how sure he's of that. Okay, once he is she's done with her meeting, she would call or message, or then the conversation maybe routine
Yeah.
happens.
So right from the point that as you cover the distance in a Toyota, I leave a day of my detox quota. You circle the city like an eagle. I eagerly wait for your chat like a beagle. Beagle. Like a beagle is a dog, So like a dog waiting for its dad or parent.
Parents.
That eagerness is what he's looking for. I lay in the couch with popcorn and iced tea, and you swim in the business sea. I stretch, yawn, and hug a pillow, and you call me a deal of metal yellow. So here, the contrast of the day emerges here, where I think Angel is running around for business in her city, and the poet is actually having a break in his city. So he's kind of chilling out with iced tea and all that. So a day of forced rest. My idle mind is bubbling, trying to keep the busy days ahead. So he's kind of, using this day to reminisce about her, think about her, and at the same time, he also understands that Angel is busy elsewhere, and that acknowledgement is the clash of reality, acknowledgement of reality by the poet while he still is in love with her on a in a virtual world.
Right. So the
Right.
list says, in spite and despite of her, her being in a different city, her being busy with her business, uh, his feelings are unfazed and unchanged, and he acknowledges that.
Yes. Then the next poem, the last part of the poem, essentially is about how they're chatting like your name bubbles to the top. I say it and repeat, then smile, then type on this small screen, which means that he's on a phone, chat with her, but she
Window.
no again that whenever you type, the message goes up, right? In WhatsApp,
Right.
you go up unless you're pinning,
Correct.
right? So what happens is every time the name pops up, because he's also in multiple chats, so that's why where it says like the good frothy cream, your name bubbles to the top. I say it and repeat, then smile, and fires a small spark within, both in sight and sound, which means the ding sound of her sending a message, and the sight of her name popping up in the top of the screen, kind of creates a fires a small spark within. So these are the little things that the poet is, happy about, because he cannot express his love to her. At the same time, he in his virtual world, when his on his phone, when the name pops up, he feels uh, ecstatic, right? So when you are in love, you always have this, right, where you get a message from your dearest, and then you have this feeling that a message has come. So that sight and sound fires a small spark within, and then he loves to pronounce her name. Your name means and is profound, a little joy, but a deep impact in my heart. A piece of me forever is carved in my memories. So her name. So this poem eventually meanders towards him. Uh, Falling in love with those little things, WhatsApp name, or messenger name, and the sound of a message, and then falling in love even with her name. He pronounces her name, Angel, and then he feels so good about it, right? As I savor the sound of your name again and again and again. So love is a very intoxicating feeling, right? So it comes out in different forms. It comes out in different forms. So the fact that they are in two different cities, he has to find ways of expressing his love, and there are various what you call points of touch points of love. A sight of a name on the phone, the sound of the phone message, and then even he pronouncing her name uh, are all joyous, ecstatic moment for him. So this is what love does to a person. This guy is actually a businessman, but and a poet. But eventually in love, he falls for those little things and is very happy about it. So this poem captures the depth of love of the poet towards angel, the contrasting day that they are having, and also the fact that even in his idle time, even though there are other things that are bubbling out, other thoughts or events happening elsewhere, still her name emerges on the top in his day, in this particular day. So that's what this poem captures.
I love where he says, I stretch, yawn, and hug a pillow, and you call me on a deal of metal yellow. I mean, the same, the feel that I'm longing here for you. I'm waiting for your message. I'm waiting, to talk to you or to see you, and all you would call me to tell me about, deal of metal yellow. I mean, that's a beautiful composition there, beautiful twist and turn. So it was beautiful poem, and I love to read and read again, and I'm sure many of our viewers and listeners there, some of them must be going through these, particularly the young the younger generations in the lockdown times, where you have only this virtual communication and media of digital ways of connecting with each other, because you cannot go out, you cannot meet your loved one if they are in a different city. So it's been like what, 3-4 months that you have not seen them or met them. So this makes a lot of sense in the situation.
Yeah. So the interesting part here is that I think it's part of a larger sequence of poems, but it also conveys at this point in time the poet is missing her, missing angel. Even though in reality they are having these chats and phone calls about business, okay.
Yes.
Inside, he's happy to see her message, happy to hear the WhatsApp
Because it is one-sided and
the
unrequited.
ringtone, and then he tells the name on the other side, which she does not hear, obviously. So little things, crazy things is what love does to people.
Correct. Correct. It was so wonderful having you here and recite this beautiful, beautiful poem. We'll have you again. Till then, I'll take a bye.
Thank you. You too.